that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are gonna be pissed.
Though not in the way that companies would like, Angel Reese is generating headlines. Sponsors are quietly pulling away rather than throwing a lavish party. And there are suspicions that the deal may already be in jeopardy because her signature Reebok shoe is scheduled for 2026.
Here, I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw. According to her pretend friends in the mainstream media, Angel Reese is a huge star.
The difficulties Angel Reese has had with layups have become nearly hilarious. She made a simple putback into a viral blooper in one game, missing multiple times in a row, not just once. Even while pundits found it difficult to articulate the carnage diplomatically, the videos went viral more quickly than a celebrity scandal, but for all the wrong reasons.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious real quick. Angel, come on.
Reese has a 44.4% field goal percentage this season, to which, when you consider that the majority of her tries originate right under the basket, sounds admirable. For comparison, layup conversion rates for professional basketball players are usually between 70 and 80%. Analysts are referring to this as the Angel Reese effect, when routine shoots become impossible because Reese has somehow managed to make the most basic basketball shot into a coin flip.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this. Are you serious, guys? Look at this.
Take a look at this, and what she obviously believed to be a brilliant marketing move. Angel Reese intended to deliberately reveal her Reebok sneaker at the All-Star game. She had everything planned out. Indianapolis would serve as the backdrop. Angel would steal the show with her introduction of trademark footwear, while Caitlin Clark would be there as co-captain, attracting enormous viewership. She was expected to take advantage of what everyone refers to as the Caitlin Clark effect.
Angel Reese 100% has benefited from attaching herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn. She used Caitlin Clark as promo. Now with Reebok, she's using. This is nonstop. She has attached herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn, and she has benefited.
Rather, it was a masterwork of poor timing that would make Murphy's Rule seem like a mild understatement. Days before the All-Star festivities, on July 15th, Caitlin Clark sustained a right groin injury. Clark's injury prevented her from participating in the main event, as well as the three-point competition. Reese was depending on this exact presentation to increase the visibility of her shoes.
Shaq and Allen Iverson are going to go and do what they can to promote their player. Like, even still here, like, you had the Angel Reese saying that she was, taking over Indiana, and there's about 15 fans there. And more than wearing Caitlin Clark merch than her merch. She pulls up with about 15 fans, and I'm like, take over, Angel, take over. This is her city now. And I'm like, and she's never won a game in Indiana.
Would you kindly subscribe if you're enjoying? You could cut the irony with a knife because it is so thick. After putting a lot of effort into trying to establish herself as Clark's equal or better, Angel Reese found herself in dire need of Clark's celebrity status in order to make her own moment count. The All-Star Game lost its primary attraction without Clark on the court, and Angel's meticulously planned marketing strategy also vanished. The story was revealed by the viewership figures. Without Clark performing, there was a sharp decline in audience participation, which made Angel's shoe debut less successful than she had hoped in front of a much smaller audience.
Take over your trap. I mean, who's she talking about right there? Because Clark takes over every single trap she goes to. In fact, they gotta expand the trap so she can take over more real estate. Every single place she goes to. I mean, there is zero argument to possibly be made that she isn't the biggest attraction, the one that brings the most attention, whatever. It's not even worth talking about.
It appears that the basketball gods are humorous. Air was Angel Reese, who had been outspoken about her own celebrity and crowd-drawing skills until abruptly understanding that she had been depending on the appearance of her alleged competitors to validate her own brand, instead of serving as her coronation. The All-Star Game served as a sobering reminder of how crucial Caitlin Clark is to both the WNBA's success and her personal marketing prospects, according to people familiar with the matter. Angel is currently furious and is blaming Clark for having the gall to get hurt in the most awkward moment. For someone who spent months organizing this moment and working with Reebok's marketing team to guarantee maximum visibility at what ought to have been the league's most watched event, the timing couldn't have been worse.
Sponsors assured him Clark coming to his organization would rake in cash hand over fist. But, quote, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. She's not the draw, folks. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same offer. Cube initially sent the offer Clark's way when she was an Iowa Hawkeye.
However, the bad luck didn't end there, and Gel's own body chose to join the plot against her well-thought-out preparations. She missed 4 of the past 5 Sky matchups due to a back issue that has kept her out of action for many games. Angel found herself watching from the sidelines as her squad continued their incredible downward spiral, despite the injury being labeled as day-to-day and without a clear return date. In the meantime, the Chicago Sky have been offering entertainment in their own unique style. If you want to see basketball teams come up with inventive methods to lose games, you'll love this. The Sky now have a miserable 8-21 record and have lost 8 straight games, which coincides flawlessly during Angel's absence due to injury. As their star player tends to her injured pride and back, the squad has managed to lose games left, right, and center. This whole affair has turned into an epic public relations nightmare for Reebok. Imagine yourself as a brand executive, aware that the league's commentators are openly mocking at your signature athlete's performance as she misses layups while wearing your shoes. The business that used to rule basketball is now linked to a player who has come to represent lost chances. In a literal sense,
Boy, to get popped by 40 at home. Now I'm seeing the Sky fans. It's some Sky fans going at Angel Reese. Sky fans is going at Angel Reese. And I didn't even think about this. Okay, so Angel Reese, you sat out the game before the All-Star game. Then you played in the All-Star game. Then you played one game and said, okay, your back is hurting. Now you're not playing. I don't know. Look, the Sky fans is bringing it up, not me. They bringing it up. Look. Don't get mad at me.
Under Shaquille O'Neal's direction, Reebok's basketball division signed Angel Reese as their flagship player, portraying her as the face of their comeback. They made significant investments in her brand, designing a whole trademark shoe line centered around her playing style and personality, as well as the Reebok by Angel collection. However, basic basketball ineptitude cannot be overcome by personality or style. And the world has been observing precisely that. Instead of celebrating athletic accomplishment and brand synergy, the signature shoe reveal turned into a case study of how easily things can go wrong. The colorway of the Diamond Dust Angel Reese 1 was intended to be the ideal representation of her dual personality as an athlete and a cultural icon, embodying both grit and glamour. Rather, it has come to represent poor timing and mistake. Professionals in the field are now wondering if Reebok is reconsidering their investment. The return on investment becomes questionable when your star player receives more attention for missing shots than for making them, and when her club consistently shows off how poorly to play professional basketball. The analogy to Caitlin Angel and Reebok suffer even more as a result of Clark's course. Clark has been setting records and generating previously unheard of increases in women's basketball income and viewership, while Angel has been shooting me in the face and watching her team fail.
wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and like have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing the mark.
The shoe transaction is not the only financial ramification. Being the next big star in basketball was the foundation of Angel's entire brand strategy. Omion with a strong personality who could attract attention and increase sales. However, personality without action is meaningless. Additionally, noise doesn't fill stadia or move items in professional sports. Her injuries couldn't have come at a worse time for keeping up the pace. Angel was reduced to wearing street clothes and being watched from the sidelines at a time when the WNBA was receiving previously unheard of levels of interest and viewership. Her absence throughout the losing streak has just served to emphasize how difficult it is for the team to function without her. However, it has also revealed the difficulties of establishing a brand around someone whose on-court performance is still patchy. This sequence of events is a perfect storm of frustration for Angel personally. She had established herself as Clark's equal, capable of evoking comparable levels of enthusiasm and business interest. Her proving point, the opportunity to demonstrate her marketability on the biggest stage, was to be the All-Star Game. Rather, she was left with a meticulously prepared marketing campaign, but no platform on which to execute it.
Have whooped the sky basically every time they've played them. And did everybody forget about Barbie Night last year, where Clark and the Fever went in there and she was signing pink towels and stuff? And
seeing well-laid plans fall apart because of events beyond her control has obviously had a negative psychological impact. According to sources, Angel has been feeling frustrated ever since the All-Star Game letdown, and her injury has just made her frustrations worse. According to reports, she has been outspoken about how she feels Clark's injury destroyed everything, as though the basketball gods planned to wreck her moment. However, what this whole circumstance shows about Angel's strategic thinking may be its most telling feature. Her need on Caitlin Clark's presence in order to maximize her own prominence says a lot about the true nature of their purported competition. It implies that Angel recognized that Clark's celebrity power was crucial to her own success, even in spite of all the public rhetoric about equality. The due diligence procedure used by the Reebok officials who approved this acquisition is now being questioned. When an athlete's signature ability seems to be missing easy shots, how do you invest in them? How do you create a brand around someone whose team isn't able to win games on a regular basis? These conversations, which are occurring in business boardrooms, are not ones that any athlete wants to be involved in. Aspirational marketing is the foundation of the signature shoe industry. Because they aspire to play like their heroes, fans purchase sneakers. What occurs then if your hero is more famous for missing shots than for making them? When your star athlete submits highlight reels rather than highlight reels, what message does it convey to young players?
There's a dude on the internet who cracks me up. On TikTok, he's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses, bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Angel's predicament has turned into a warning about how crucial it is for personality to support performance. It's simple to overlook the essential need in a time when athlete brands are placing an increasing amount of emphasis on social media presence and cultural impact. You must still be skilled at your sport. There is no amount of fashion, creative marketing, or podcast appearances that can make up for missed national television commercial breaks. The Chicago Sky's ongoing difficulties without her have also prompted inquiries on her real influence on the performance of the team. Her team's record indicates that winning basketball isn't always correlated with individual statistics, even though she leads several statistical categories. It is challenging to overcome the narrative issue these team outcomes cause for a brand that wants to portray her as a leader and a winner.
That when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly just missing every shot that you...
There are also important, wider ramifications for women's basketball. Thanks in large part to captivating personalities and improved play quality, the sport has been growing at an unparalleled rate. However, well-publicized issues involving well-known players have the potential to sabotage that advancement by reinforcing unfavorable preconceptions about women's basketball that the sport has been trying to dispel. The future of Reebok is uncertain. Do they increase their investment in the hopes that Angel will be able to overcome her present challenges and reach her full potential? Or do they discreetly disassociate themselves from a group that has turned into a liability rather than an asset? The choice will probably be based on whether they believe that her present difficulties are either transient setbacks or a sign of underlying restrictions. The 2026 shoe launch now bears more significance than just financial success. It will act as a referendum on Angel Reese's ability to change from a player who is notorious for missing shots to one deserving of signature shoes. The diamond dust color scheme must be as much a statement of fashion as it is a makeover. The next stage of Angel's career and her relationship with Reebok will be determined by how she handles this challenge. Is she able to use her frustration to boost her performance and defend Reebok's belief in her? Or will she continue to be caught up in a pattern of lost possibilities, both real and imagined?
You know, in the past, when I said things like Angel Reese is not a good basketball player, I think I spoke too soon. At this point, I've come to realize that Angel Reese, the self-appointed most important player in the WNBA, is not a bad player. She may be the worst player, at least whose name we...
The irony of her circumstances is that she got everything she said she desired. A significant national platform, signature shoe brand, and endorsement agreement. However, the thing she couldn't control was the one thing she most needed: Caitlin Clark's condition and availability at the time she had meticulously planned. It serves as a reminder that, just like in life, even the best-laid plans can be derailed by uncontrollable circumstances in sports. Angel Reese is watching her well-prepared brand while tending to her back ailment on the sidelines. Moment turns into a warning, making one question whether she has learned the lesson that ought to have been clear from the start. You cannot use someone else's star power to achieve long-term success. Moments are made by real star. They are not reliant on their competitors to keep them relevant.